What up? Stash and Era and Miss Cubist. What's up, Fanticious? What's up, Cole? Guys, I'm getting quickly better and better at 7 simul. It feels cool. Phew. I wish I knew this song. I just call it the J-Perm song. Does he play this song in his videos? It's just the Dark World song from Game Chop's Zelda and Chill trilogy. How confident do you feel today? About average. Average confidence. What's up, Andrew and Josiah and Zach? I'm doing good. Felix is cooking with Square One Blind. How so? Like getting fast times, or like learning quickly? Whoa. Raul Lowe is a tutorial in Spanish for a different method than Enoch uses that is way easier. Is it like slower but easier to learn, or any downsides? Whoa, dude. It's not Felix Zemdegs. Felix does not spell his name with an X. The basic idea, as I understand, is that you learn algs to put the pieces back where they were before the cube shape instead of tracking where they end up. Huh. Still seems kind of confusing. Because, like, you have to, like, translate it, kind of. Like, cube shape would look kind of relatively weird. That's such a weird F2L solution. I got a 9.00 mean of 10. Oops. Right before starting stream. PB mean of 10. Sub 9. AO12 coming soon. Slower because you do extra algs, but way easier to learn. Huh. If the normal Squan Blind method is like helpful for learning CSP, I'll just do that. Oops. Is Felix a top blinder? Cuberstash is in Twitch chat talking about Felix Williams? Is that his? I don't remember their full name. But I wouldn't say top blinder, but good at a lot of blind events and has done like successful 9 blind, I think. Felix got 1 success. Nice. Williams. Okay, I remembered. Wow. Ooh, this is cool. That was a 6 solve. I did a UFUR 2E2E and RDB LDB UFUR floating parity. So I had that case and also that case, but I kind of locked up at the end. But this is like a crazy parity case. How we feeling about it today? Honestly, pretty normal. Just kind of ready to be done. Shoot. I can't believe I sub-10'd that solution. I planned the solution that I went with for like 1 or 2 seconds, so I couldn't figure anything out. I feel like I always get that parity case. IDKY, it's definitely, that's gotta be like confirmation bias or like that kind of thing, because it's like a really bad case if you don't know an alg for it, so you just remember when you get it, you know? No one thinks enough about Felix having a 4-blind world record. I mean, a lot of people just don't know that, but I've known that for a very long time. It's funny because he definitely like didn't expect at all to get that when he got it. Oh, that was so nice. 9 algs, and like, I think I canceled R in every corner comm. %, confirmation bias, I should learn it. The alg is a pretty cool alg, and if you learn it, like you just learn this case first, RFD LDF. It's a really nice alg, and then you can just like any case that's a D or D prime or D2 setup, you like can do those with the same alg. That's what I do. Nice. 9.5 algs. What's up, Min Park? He wasn't even filming? Yeah, somebody else recorded him, I think. Like, by accident. Like, got him when trying to record somebody else. Wow. Dang it, dude. That was 9 to 8. That should have been so much better. I think the last 3 solves have all been 3 style. What's up, Athera? Thank you. What's up, Sentient Longbar? I like that username. I recently realized that the Switch added to like their NES emulator classic Tetris, and I've been playing that. Getting some really interesting scrambles. A lot of sub-10s on Twitch in a row. I was like reading another message, almost said on Twitch. I watch a lot of matches on Twitch. I used to watch a lot, not so much anymore. Got a 4-blind success officially before 3-blind success officially. Nice. Watching the Swan Blind tutorial, it seems like if you learn an alg to solve cube shape, that keeps the edges in the same order, the corners in the same order on both layers. I wish I knew, like, comparatively. Did Felix learn both methods and then, like, go for one? How was French dinner yesterday? It was super good. Oh, it was Zane? Was it Zane Carney recording next to him? That's funny. I learned M2 from Zane Carney's tutorial. I've decided to do your method for remembering flips and twists. And I was wondering, for corners, do you think it's a good idea to use either the first UD sticker and then the UD face? Yeah, that's what I do. Like, for this case, for example, that's my buffer. I look at this twist, that letter, and then that letter is what I've memorized. So M, B, mob. Find it hard to go back to Virgins without piece holding. Classic Tetris is like absolute hardest mode of Tetris. There's no like sliding around, like pieces are solidified in place like the second they touch the bottom. MB is mom? No, mob. M-O-B. Dang it. I love new Tetris. I love both. I also played Tetris 99 a good bit. I really like Tetris 99. It's addicting. Even though it's like so hard to win matches. So I'm not super good. Nice. What's up, Brend? I watched a lot before Rebirth. No, I'm not watching much. Yeah. It kind of feels like everything's been done at this point. Have I messed with V11 settings much? Not really, no. Whoa, dude. Dude, I do not know what to do here. I'm getting a lot of scrambles where there's like too many options of things to do. Oh yeah, Mario Paint. I've never played that game, but I saw that too. I've never won a game of Tetris 99 ever. I've gotten second like 5 times. I've won 1 time, and it was like so hype when I did. It is super hard. There's a lot of tryhards to play that game, I think, and I haven't like learned strategy super well. I just like play. Alright, I'm doing 4 more. I was rooting for Alex T, but Dog did pretty well. I was definitely rooting for Dog. Alex T just seems to be like too good at competing. But I don't know, who knows? Maybe he's like actually just a lot better than everyone else. I have no idea. I don't follow super closely. He like swept the entire comp, which was insane. So maybe he is like way better. What's up, Master Ice Panda? Alex T just doesn't click with my personality, so I find it hard to follow him. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, he's a little too showboaty for my taste, but that's okay. He doesn't have to appeal to me. Oops. $370K is the highest you've gotten in Tetris. You're talking about classic Tetris? I don't even know what my PB is anymore. I played it a lot more back during COVID. How do you warm up for Big Blind? I don't know. The only thing I could think of is just like doing written memo timed exec solves or something. What's up, Zenithar? 70K solves. Yeah, this is a very old session, like 5 years old. God damn it, dude. That could have been a lot better. That was 9 to 8. Got over 1 million on Game Boy Tetris, but my cart got deleted. I've never even played that one. Been trying to learn 3x3 and bro, I get so close, then mess it up. It'd be like that. Oh. Okay. I think I'm actually, like, I'm getting close to averaging sub 10. Lately, been feeling like, dude, damn, my A1000 is 1047. I just rolled it a bunch. It was 1055 before today. What's my cat up to? She's hanging out in the donut behind me. Hiding. Okay. For them flip cases, if I have a flip that would be memorized with HZ, how bad of an idea is it to do ZH? You can do whatever you want. You can do either one, and you can do them interchangeably if you want. Like, use whichever one is easier to use in the story. There's no reason not to. Tetris stream when? Maybe one day. I have other video game stuff that I want to stream more than Tetris. Scrambles are so long. Should I drill which 2-word options are flips and twists, or is that useless? I mean, you can drill it if you want, or just like do a bunch of solves. You'll eventually learn it. It's no harm in drilling it, aside from like the time spent, but it's not like it's gonna cause any downsides. Thanks for the Gluck era and Sentient Longbar and ECP and Spud. I become insane during 5x5 scrambling. I can't imagine 11x11. GL, don't mess up. I will try not to. We will see. Okay. So picky about the camera angle. Oh yeah, prediction. Yo, GB, thank you, and Germanium, and Fanticious. Really encouraged by how clean it was yesterday. Yeah, no exec mistakes. I also actually, yesterday, after the attempt, when I was trying to see like what I did wrong, I said that it seemed like I did that like mirrored oblique mistake that I've made a few times, and I don't think that was actually it, because it was two separate 3 cycles on the same oblique type, which is a really weird way to DNF. So that was probably like a recall thing, or an inverse comm, like 2 inverse comms or something on the same piece type, which is weird. So it was actually, I think, 4 mistakes. 3 or 4, I don't know. Alright, the prediction is up. Get in there on Twitch. I think the rooms, I'm just going to use the next 20 or whatever rooms of the palace I used yesterday, because I haven't used those in a while. Where does that start? Oh yeah, okay. Maybe a word flip? Oh, like the order of words? Maybe. Yeah, it might have been just like one big recall mistake or something. Thanks, Cracky Coco. Appreciate it. Alright, closing chat. Gave myself my orientation after tossing it like 3 times. plus centers. Finally doing decent memo speed again. Plus centers are done. Feel pretty good about it. centers are done. Feel pretty good about it. One felt so good. It's probably just one move, like pretty early on. I might have made a one move mistake, like really early. God. It looks like a one move mistake too, where it's like, so I'm off by 2C, 2C, which means I probably did like an R when I should do an R prime, something like that. Dude, that's so frustrating. That attempt felt so good. Almost sub 110. Yo, the Gray Cuber himself in the chat. What's up? R.I.P. One of these days, dude. New fastest attempt. $111.53. Can feel it in my bones. I was like so feeling like that one was gonna be it. I was trying to manifest it. I was like picturing the solved cube in my head. One. Two. Three, four. I'm pretty sure this is going to be off by like four of every center type, which means it's just one move. Takes a long time to check, but I'm kind of tempted to check. I might do it later. How do you memorize and remember all that? Memory palaces. Greatest world record you've ever accomplished? Probably. Well, if you don't count holding on to multi-world record longer than anybody else has in history, then I would say my 59 out of 60, because that was massively ahead of everybody at the time. I guess 62 out of 65 was also, like, I don't think anyone had beaten Shibam at the time that I got that. But I feel like 59 out of 60, like, that was just like so good for the time. How are you so confident on slices? It's just honestly like having done it so much at this point, I just like can tell that I'm turning the right slice pretty much. Can you go 70 out of 70 multi-blind in under an hour? I mean, I'm capable of it. It's extremely difficult and unlikely. I've sub-houred. I mean, I've sub-houred 69 like several times. Probably like 10 plus times at this point. I've never gotten like super good accuracy on it. Best accuracy I've gotten is like 63 out of 69, but I've definitely gotten fast enough time on 69 to where like I would have sub-houred if I did 70. Usually join like hour and a half into stream. Well, nice. Glad you could make it this time. What's one more? I'm good. That took so much out of me. I was so nervous for the whole thing. I'm not normally like shaking for like most of execution out of nerves, but that one just like felt really solid. And a lot of the time I've like had too many instances of not being sure if I made a mistake or not. So I'm like, this is very likely DNF, and I just like stop caring. Dang it. What's up, Kryptonite? JYMHNDF, is that like an acronym I'm supposed to know? Oh, I just realized this didn't connect. My PB? In what? 3 blind? Big pause. Tonight's attempt just wasn't it. I mean, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, I think it was just one move early on in the solve. Oh, I was wrong. Best tips for learning 3 blind? Just practice at least a little bit every day. That's usually what I suggest. Don't like watch the tutorial one day and start trying to do it and then like not touch blind for like a week and then try to get back to it, because you're gonna have to like basically start from square one. Just practice a little bit every day. Ideally practice like a little bit in like the first half of the day, a little bit in the second half of the day if possible. It's like spaced repetition for getting your brain more acclimated to doing what you gotta do. Yeah, I've done 10 blind. What's up, not think anything? Just got your first ever 4 blind success? Let's go. That's awesome. I also saw you got your first ever sub 20 on 3 blind. Congratulations. Nice. That was 11 to 9. Tips for one passing memo. I mean, well, you can try doing it early. Like, if you average a minute, I would not recommend doing it because it's going to be really difficult, but you can try. But just gotta force yourself to only one pass. Don't like give yourself any training wheels, because you just gotta stick to it. And once you get really comfortable with like audio edges and all of your comms and stuff, you can start trying to like think about corner memo while you're tracing edges and solving edges, so that it's easier to retain it. Got an 1807. Wow, nice. It was a mental barrier, probably. So slow to warm up on 3 blind. Biggest cube solved blindfolded? 10 by 10. That solved 8.5 TPS. Nice. 6.75 memos. Fast. Sitting at 20 cubes multi, how bad of an idea would it be to just try 32? It might take you like... I would say it would take you probably at least an hour and a half, but it's not a bad idea. If you want to do that, you should. Blind memo sequence? Don't know what you're asking. Minute memo, 3-minute execution. That's a funny splits. That shows a lot of potential, I would say, because it's just a matter of practice to get faster at tracing. I got my 10 blind success on your birthday. That's funny. I didn't realize that. When did you get the one move mistake attempt? Just now. Should I watch J Perm's tutorial on 3 blind? I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I don't know. I would probably recommend like Charlie's tutorial, Charlie Eggins. What's up, Heme? Like memo order and execution order, I basically start with obliques, and I go like the innermost left, innermost right, and then go to the next layer, innermost left, innermost right, and then next innermost left, next innermost right, and then go to the next layer. So, and I review after like memorizing 4 obliques. So like memorize the first 4, review, memorize the next 4, review all those 8, and then memorize the last 4 obliques, review them, memorize X centers, inner to outer, review those, then review all centers, then I memorize corners and midges, and inner to outer wings, review all those, review everything, memorize inner to outer plus centers, except for the last one, review them twice, and then memorize the last one, solve it first, and then solve basically everything in the same order I memoed it. Thanks, Alicia. If you could change orientation, what would you change it to? I don't know. Probably just white-green, I guess, so that I could do, like, get the same scramble as everybody else in comp. Yeah, I should be guessing times. Gotta get the legendary perfect guess. Have you seen Jeffrey Chen? No. Would you mind talking about approach to optimizing comms as you were learning them? How much do you care about alternating flicks, eliminating overworks and rotations? I really did not put as much time into that stuff early on as most people do. When I first started learning 3-style, I just used all like stuff I could come up with on my own in the middle of solves, and then I like gradually started using better algs, and for a long time I didn't finger trick stuff right, and I like very slowly like optimized everything, because it's just not super fun for me to like sit down and optimize all my comms for like 2 weeks and not do any solves. The success is nigh, yeah, eventually. The 11 by 11 attempt was 1 move in an hour and 11 minutes. It's my fastest attempt. Dang it. Not very good. Kiki, I don't know what you think. Like, just because there's a lot of pieces off doesn't mean it wasn't a good attempt. This is absolutely the best attempt I've ever done. How do you avoid regrips? I think I regrip too much during comms. You're probably just not seeing like what the best finger tricks are, so if you have any like algs that you think you regrip for that you shouldn't be, I can show you like how I finger trick it if you want. What do you do first? What? It's such a vague question. Ugh. What do you do first? Oh, corners or edges? I memorize corners first, then solve, or then memo edges, solve edges first, then solve corners. Do you see clock results at Davis Summer? No. Good scrambles or what? That's a lot of PRs. Damn. Too bad Brendan didn't go. A one move error can leave a very messy cube. Yeah, especially if it's in the beginning of the solve. Like, I'm pretty sure this was like in the first like minute or two of the solve that I made a one move mistake. And if you make if you just like, basically I think I did something like R instead of an R prime somewhere, and that offsets 4 of each center type and 4 of each, or 8 of each wing. No. Yeah, 8 of each wing and 4 corners. So you'll be off by 4 of each center type, 4 of each corner type, 8 of each wing type, and also 4 midges. If it's just that mistake, and it looks like that's exactly what I'm off by. Clock blind one? I've already done it. Did it like 5 years ago. 7 out of 8 people PR'd in the same scramble, and Alessandro 285 average. Damn. For example, this very simple cycle, UF, UR, FD. The way I do the M move in the middle is by doing R, R prime. I do that. I used to do the M with my like with a flick like that. But after doing that for like several years, I just realized like it's faster for me to do the wide R prime R for the M. Suggest decent 4-blind memo tip besides practicing more? I mean, you could do centers only solves, like just scramble the cube and only do center solves if that's like the thing you're struggling with mostly. Or do like wings only solves. Is that me overthinking, considering I only have learned like 1/4 of the comms? If it's taking you like months to learn 3-style, I highly recommend you just stop like obsessing over each comm, because at that point you're doing like 3 comms a day or something. I highly recommend just doing solves. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice make perfect. I feel like while I understand what that guy's saying, it's a truism, and I would much so otherwise suggest you remind yourself that perfect is the enemy of good. And I've seen so many people give up on 3-style just because they're like trying to perfect everything before, like, so that they don't ever like waste time learning the like a slightly suboptimal thing. Like just do solves. Start learning 3-style in June. I mean, you can do it your way. It's just it's probably going to be a really long, frustrating time before you're actually doing solves. And yeah, I think it's more fun to not obsess over things too much and do solves and eventually like just fix things like day by day. For example, I do LU, LF, UF, but I don't know how to do without regrip my left hand. LU, LF, UF. So UF, LU, LF. UF, LU, LF. Do you do S setup for that alg, Carlos? UF, LU, LF. S. U prime, R prime, E, R, U, R prime, E prime, R, S prime. Not sure what alg you do. Being efficient in the way you practice can be good. Yeah, I mean, practicing in a smart way is good, obviously, but I do believe that for a lot of people, perfect is the enemy of good. And it causes them to just like hyperfixate too much on doing things perfectly to a point where you're just wasting time. Oh my god. Oh. I feel like I need to drill LTCT soon. I haven't drilled them all in a while. Starting to get kind of rusty on some cases. You did a post move 3-blind solve? Sick. What do you think about this one I found when learning the B letter for edges from UF? R, U, R prime, S, R2, S prime. That's what I do. Wait. I don't actually do that, but, wait, so is this R, U, R prime, S? So that's DR, UR? I don't think that's the standard alg. You can just do this. R prime, U prime, R, S, R2 prime, S prime, R, U prime, R. So like, I think that's probably better. You can do yours if you want, it's really not bad, but whatever you prefer. Did you just do a D move? It's funny, I would never do that. But, yeah. This is 10 to 9 with LTCT. With the post move. Post move is so confusing. So you want to solve that there. Huh. God, how do you do this? Tracing post moves is so confusing for me. Now that I'm better with letter pairs, memo feels faster and secure. Nice. Learning is fun. I agree. Saves more time for me than it would you because my memo is slow. Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not taking you like really long to trace it compared to normal. I tend to do standard alg regrip my hand on top. I did that for a long time. Session title, it's just the default title. I haven't renamed it. This is like what it named it when I created the title or the session. God, how do you do this? Okay. That. Oh, never mind, I mistraced. Okay. God, this is confusing. That's interesting. It actually makes corners better too. So it's 8 algs instead of 10 to 9. Definitely not worth it in my opinion, but dang it. That's so hard. Just solved first 4x4 Pog. Congrats. A thing I noticed while learning comms, it is actually the best way to get really familiar with your letter scheme. And also, you remember the small movements your hands do as you trace. Huh. I don't know if I can relate. Because, I mean, it seems like you're learning 3-style, like, very soon after learning blind in the first place, compared to most people. So, like, I learned 3-style, I think, like, at least a year after learning blind. Or at least, maybe like 2. How many pieces do you think a post move would have to solve for you to go for it in a real solve? I like almost never, like literally, it would have to be like a whole face get solved for me to even consider it. Like in an official solve, if I'm actually trying to go fast, it'd have to be like a whole face or almost a whole face. Alright, I'm doing a weighted 100. I felt that. Oh my god. Cool to hear so many people learning 3-style. 3-style is very cool and fun method. Alright, I'm changing the music up. Oops. Come on, dude. Blind is more fun. It's just so much more interesting, in my opinion. I thought that would be a DNF. Alright, I'm actually guessing times now. $18.01. Dang it. I think 5-style triggers are any useful practically? No. Like, learn like 20 5-style algs and it'll drop your global approximately 0.00 seconds. Maybe even add to your global. How long did it take you to learn 3-style? Like a few days. But like, I never know how to answer this question because people mean different things by learning 3-style. Like, in my opinion, you learn how comms work and you know 3-style. Why don't people use new cubes like V11 to do 3-blind? People do. I know multiple people who do. You got your first actual speed cube last month? Wow. Your YLM doesn't corner twist even by force? It's probably a tension thing. I have YLM V2s and they corner twist all the time. Did 2 extra comms. 1990. Wait, you mean I always knew 3-style? Arguably. If you can do solves with 3-style, yes. I think if you can solve the cube with 3-style, you know 3-style. Is it worth learning? If you want to be fast at blind, yeah. Cringe. Legendary? What, the D prime? The wide D prime? Alright, if I guess one of my times perfectly on the spot today, it'll make up for DNFing that 11 blind. Um, 20.10. That's what I always say after you do a move, I ask. I haven't even noticed that. I haven't seen you say that before. God, dude. I keep forgetting to guess. That scramble was really nice, and my turning was shitty. A good magnetic 2x2 I don't have to assemble out of the box. What? I've never had to assemble a cube out of the box. I use the MGC Elite. It's pretty good. I would recommend it. For how much solves do you keep your consistency? I feel very tired when I practice. If I haven't already tired myself out with 11 blind, I could probably do like 200 before I start to like lose focus. Uh, 1950. Dang it. I mean 1915, that's what I said. 1915. You guys hear me? I said 1915. I get tired after like 15 3-blind solves? What? How? From someone who does like 50 plus multi. How is that possible? Dang it. Thing with me is I'm not confident in myself, even when I know the alg. That's just a matter of experience, yeah. That's totally just a matter of experience. You start getting, like, much more confidence after doing a lot of solves. In 4-blind, wing parity and corner parity are their own things, right? Yes. I have no idea why 3-blind tires me out so much, but multi doesn't. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what that is. Most common forget is corners on 3-blind. That's funny. $18.52. Dang it. First sub hour 61 today? Nice. Bailed on 5, so IDK how much that counts? Oh. Yeah. I mean, it depends, like, if you ditch them, like, immediately or, like, sat with them for a while. But I feel like sub-houring, I never, like, put much importance on sub-houring. It's like for that reason in particular. It's just like if you attempted every cube and you sub-houred, like yeah, that's dope. Ugh. Messed up memo. I remember you mentioning you do short reviews of corners of the previous cube as you begin tracing the edges of the new one. What sorcery is this? Your brain can do two things at once. It's it's just a matter of making one of the things really automatic, like tracing edges. What confuses me is how you can keep 12 edges worth of audio in your head at once. I assume it's a matter of practice. It is really, yeah, just a matter of practice. Edge audio is so easy for me at this point that it's like it will stick with me for like many seconds after I finish the entire solve. Yeah, I really think like what Stash said, I was just thinking it's like it's 99% is just like because you're not tracing fast. Like once you can trace edges in like 4 seconds, it's so much easier to memorize audio. What was the mistake on this attempt? I think it was just one move, like early on in the solve. What's up, H-Perm? Could you please do one of those I say what I memorize? Sure, after the solve. Rip. Sub 41 memo. Oh, nice. Did fully attempt every cube. Yeah, I would count that. What the fuck was that? Alright, when I memorize audio, I'll just like hand scramble really quick and... Oh yeah, I gotta see corners. Okay. Pedos Nedwu Miev. Pedos Nedwu Miev. Pedos Nedwu Miev. And that's PTOS ND WU MIYV. Pet OS Ned Wu Me Yev. 29:15, 29:17, 29:10. That's crazy. Do mini multi. I'm doing 3 blind right now. So you cram a bunch of letters into a small number of syllables. Pretty much having like 1 syllable sound for every pair of letters is pretty important. You don't need like 1 syllable for every pair. It's not like that important to be like perfectly doing that. Like I still have some that are 2 syllables, but it'll just make it easier if you have 1 syllable for every letter pair. Dude. So annoying. I'm in a rut of trying too hard to turn fast, I think. My turning just sucks lately. Just had 3 W's in a row with M2. I don't know. That seems not possible. Hoping 60 is safe by nets, but like, how reasonable that is. Maybe. I mean, it's probably possible. Come on, dude. Oh, you swap in memo. I've heard of people doing that. Is there like a tutorial that tells you to swap the letter during memo instead of exec? I feel like that's like not a good thing to do, because that's like a bad habit to get into. for when you're not doing M2 anymore. Dude. That was like 9 to 7 or something, and then I paused. Uncertain, but probably not. Are you referring to like the tutorial question? Been using M2 for years, always swap IS and CW during exec. Yeah, I mean, that's what you should be doing. I highly recommend. I've heard other people saying that they swap it during memo, and it's just, that's like definitely not a good thing to do. Unless you plan to use M2 forever, I guess. Oh, okay, stash. I always swap in memo. Haven't had any problems with it, TBH, because in 4 and 5 blind you can swap CW and that hasn't happened. Well, I'm not saying you will have problems with it while you're using M2. I'm saying if you ever switch away from M2, you're going to have the habit of swapping that in memo, and you're going to have to break that habit. When you could just be swapping it during exec. Like, when you get that target on an odd thing, you just have the reflex to do the other side. I'm sure there are tutorials that tell you to swap in memo considering so many people do it. That is so annoying. If that's like, if JPerm's tutorial does that, which I'm kind of suspecting it does, I'm going to actively start telling people to stop using that tutorial because that's so dumb. Dang it. But it's not a habit, because in 3 blind, if C or W is the second letter, I switch, and in 4 blind, that thought never even comes up. So it's a habit for 3 blind, is what you're saying. I don't know how you can say it's not a habit. If you do it every time you do 3 blind. Do you practice any unofficial events? 11 blind? FTO? I don't recall JPerm saying to swap in memo. Okay. Well, that's good. Favorite video games? Old, recent genre? Top 5 in no particular order, I would say, is the Mass Effect series, Skyrim, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and Super Mario 64, and Donkey Kong Country series. I mean, I'm saying I'm not going to have any problems stopping to do that. I don't know how you know that. Why do you think you know that? Like, it's a habit for 3 blind. You said it's not a habit for 4 blind and 5 blind, but obviously it's a habit for 3 blind. So if you start using something else in 3 blind, why would it stop being a habit? What did JPerm show in his video? I was asking if JPerm teaches people to swap those like M layer targets in their head, or in memo, like when it's an odd target. And because I've never watched the tutorial, so I was asking if he does that, because I've never watched it. Because it seems like a lot of people do that, but I think that's a bad habit. Um, 1938. Oh, that was a close one. Okay, Germanium. Do what you want. You seem like you're not open to hearing that it's a habit. Like, there's nothing I can say that will tell you that. Might have made a one move mistake. That's like a 1998. What? Yikes. Oops. Did I +2 that? I don't know why I'm remembering I +2'd that. I might have not +2'd it. I didn't +2 it. Why did I think I +2'd that? Brains are weird. I hate 4-blind U2 method that I've tried to use 3-style. Honestly, I highly recommend that. Center's 3-style is like the easiest to understand intuitively, and it'll probably make your life easier if you just start with it immediately, if you already know how columns work. Wait, I remember him telling to swap. I'll check. Oh, okay. If I remember correctly, he obviously said to do it as if it was the other target, but I don't say... Maybe the way he said it was like... maybe the way he said it was like kind of ambiguous, so some people interpret it that way and some people don't. $16.59. What? Come on. I can see people interpreting it as swapping a memo or just coming up with that idea on their own. Yeah. Oops, forgot to guess. Alright, I need to lock the frick in. Get this bread. Whoa, I just saw the Irma GD subbed with Prime. Sorry, I do not check my notifications enough when I don't have my headphones on. Thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. If you're still here. did I did a weird alg, UFUR, UBR, FDL, or UBR DFL, because it's saved in alg and edges compared to the normal thing. I know one center 3-style alg for 3x3 E2M. Nice. I think Alicia was joking, not think anything. Come on, dude. I always get dizzy when keeping my eyes shut during big blind exec. Any advice? I keep my eyes open when I solve blind, just naturally. Maybe try doing that. I wonder if it would help. Ugh, dude. I might have misscrambled this. Thoughts on quick ready food? You mean like fast food? Is that what people call that in other places? I think it's generally pretty unhealthy, but I have it sometimes anyways. I don't have a blindfold, so I've just been shutting my eyes. That's funny. Should probably get a blindfold. At least if you ever want to compete in blind. If you get UBL target from UFR, do you swap UBBL at all? UBBL. Do you mean URUB? I don't know what UBBL alg would be. Seems like a typo. Trying to convince people in your group learning 3-style based. Dude, I'm so slow right now, oh my god. UBUL. I do swaps. Well, if I get that parity target, I will oftentimes either consider parity shifting to not get it, or if UR or if UL or UB are pseudo solved already in the scramble, then I'll do UL UB swap. Mostly don't need blindfolds in comps. A friend and I have a combined 13 blindfolds at comps. There's usually at least someone who needs one. I guess so. Out of the 24 11x11 attempts, how many were successful? 0. That's why I'm still trying it. I would not be still trying it if I already got a success. Dramamine for the dizziness? I would imagine they probably don't want to use Dramamine every time they do blind. Dude, I'm so tired of these times. My accuracy is good, but my times are so bad. What's parity shifting? It's basically just doing parity, not as the last target. Thank you. The background music is a playlist that's like drum and bass, liquid funk, jungle mix of a bunch of N64 game music. Fun message. Fun first message. Andrew shoots. One of your friend bet you? Bet you what? So doing a pre-move so that the target moves, say UBL to UBR, and you have a J-perm? Wait, what? Are you asking if that's what parity shifting is? I don't swap UBUR for J-perm case. I have before, but I only do it if like one of those pieces is pseudo-solved that way. A default UFUR swap for UFR or UBR. How do you choose a good blindfold? I'm sure a lot are uncomfy. The one that I got is on Amazon. It's called like Pure Fly Silk Sleeping Mask, I think. And yeah, Zachary, I don't listen to music when I do blind. I sometimes listen to like music with no lyrics when I'm doing 3 blind, but I usually don't. Dude. I just want to have a solve where I don't have lockups. Trying to get better at last 2 centers on big cubes can be tough. Dude, so annoying. I'm trying to like go slow and not lock up, but I just can't do it. The glasses problem. Do you need glasses to trace a 3x3? So annoying, dude. Also, I messed up a freaking LTCT again. It's so funny how, like, every time I mess up an LTCT, I try to do it after DNFing the solve, and I just do it first try. About the swap thing, considering I'll switch to 3-style edges in like 1-2 months top, should I start swapping in exec, or is it not worth it anymore? I would say so. I think you should, yes. If you plan to learn 3-style, because you're gonna have to break the habit eventually. Better now than later. Yeah, I mean, the longer you do it, I think the more of an ingrained habit it'll be. So I would say stop. Did such a dumb thing and had to backtrack. Oh my god. Isn't 3-style the coolest sounding solving method ever? I would say so, yeah. My sight is not that good and it feels weird looking at a cube like that, but could get used to it, yeah. I would probably say to try to get used to it, because I don't know of any other, like, it's, if you get fast enough, you are not going to want to be having to take your blindfold off in the middle of the, like, timed solve, you know? You think you're genetically gifted with memo? I do not think I'm genetically gifted with memo. I think one thing that I'm just, like, relatively good at is, like, the creativity aspect of making stories out of, like, random junk. Did 2 extra comms. 7 simul is pretty cool, yeah. But it's kind of like too rigid. I'm glad I DNF'd that. CFOP sounds kind of dumb, true. If someone does something with their brain that seems crazy impressive, they probably use techniques you're unaware of, and they probably put in a ton of hard work. True! A lot of people assume... It's funny, people seem to genuinely think when they see what I do that, like, I was good at multi, like, immediately. Ugh. I don't understand it right now. I'm in like a serious 3-blind rut. I feel like I'm like a full second slower than normal. Pretty tired of explaining to people that being able to do blind solving doesn't make me a genius. That, or that it's not just like a magic trick. Strict rules for memoing multi-blind. Not like that, but I have rules for like sentence structure. Like if I have a person and then an object, or if I have like an object and then a person, or if I have like 3 people in a row, or if I have like I have rules for every single possible combination of those things so that I won't mix up the order. What do you do if you have 3 people in a row? I'll just do something like person 1 told person 2 to go find person 3. Conga line. That definitely doesn't really like make it any less ambiguous of the order. Thoughts on anime? I enjoy some of them. I just finished Hunter x Hunter recently and it was amazing. That was good. Finally a good solve. I was being dumb. Yeah, I figured you probably weren't serious. How is that the best mean of the session? I thought Hunter x Hunter was on hiatus. I don't think so. I mean, maybe the manga is, but from what I've read, it seems like there's no plan to do any more of the show. It did seem to end in like a very satisfying way. Like, I don't think they need to do more of the show. Nice. 11 to 10. I love watching new TV shows and unlocking 5 memorable letter pairs. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of letter pairs from Hunter x Hunter. Sticking to the rule you gave me of never having too many people sprinkling verbs in. Yeah, that's good. Chegin's got 1196 world record? Really? Am I being baited? Don't even see any Australia comps. What comp would he be at? I just often hear Hunter x Hunter fans say they will never get to see the ending at the rate it's going. I feel like those people... Well, maybe, yeah, they might be talking about the manga. I don't know. Use a memory palace in multi-blind? Yes. Pretty much anybody who's good at multi-blind does. Yeah, I'd believe that he got that. He's in the Norwegian Championship? Really? Check-ins is in Norway? No, he's not. We're getting baited, dude. Did this kid do this before? I'm gonna ban you. This kid did this yesterday. It's annoying. There are a lot of top 3 blinders who do that, Irma. I don't, but like at a certain point when you're memoing really fast, you're basically audioing it. Like, it's not like you have time to think about a story for corners or anything. Damn it, dude. What do you use as your memory palace? I use many, many things. I can't just explain it to you. It would take like an hour. I use places I've lived, places like my friends' houses, skate parks, video games. What? Oh my god. Took too long to trace edges that I forgot corners. Just checked, the manga is on hiatus, looks to be due to mangaka's health. Damn. Yeah, people have told me, or not people have told me, I read that the manga goes like way past what the show goes, where the show goes, and it does, like, there are a lot of unexplained pieces of the story that I would like to see explained, but still, yeah, the show ends in like a perfectly fine way, I think. Missed a move on the last calm. Oh my god, dude. M slices with index, never get used to them. I feel familiar but weird at the same time. You mean like for those algs? I love those algs. Currently at chapter 410. $27 years, holy crap. Every problem about me is just lack of experience. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of blind, is just practice. Would you rather DNF due to memo or by messing up an alg? In 3 blinds? Memo. Can I stop pausing? Huh? Huh? Mistraced edges. See you later, AKYT. I don't know what is wrong with me right now. What's up, Muff2? 2 days straight of torrential rain and minor flooding? Sheesh. What country are you in? Come on, dude. Australia makes sense. Everything is opposite there. We've forgotten how to build dams. Is that like a problem? Oh, it broke dams. Wow. Seems like Australia has some really crazy weather events. Dude. Oh, I just remembered the correct pair. Oh my god. I don't know why, dude. I'm so frustrated with this session right now. Streaming schedule. I don't have a strict streaming schedule, but lately I've just been streaming every day. I usually go live around like 6 p.m. East, Pacific Standard Time. So over this. So just till tomorrow then? Yeah. Thanks for believing. I don't know why I can't frickin' lock in right now. It's really frustrating. think I mechanical twisted. Oh. I did, but I also DNF'd by a 3-cycle. You gonna take a day off? I'll probably take Wednesday off at least, if I don't get it by then. See you later, Zachary. I forgot that memo because I was thinking about the annoying person driving by. Finally, dude. A good solve. Those 9 Alex. Did an extra calm. Anyone a fan of 15 puzzles? I like 15 puzzle. I practiced that for a while. Got to like 25-ish global on the physical one. I have to wake everyone up so everyone knows they drive a car. I know, it's so cool. Everyone needs to know. That guy is the coolest person here. Usual success rate in trying to go fast. It's usually like 70%, maybe a little less. On my like 3000 solve session, it was like 68%. Dang it, dude. I messed up a 2e2e. I did one slice in the wrong direction. tried 3-blind where you swap an exec and not memo. I get why it's bad because it feels unusual, but I didn't have any problems. I changed you. Let's go. Was that cringe? A little bit, but it's okay. Dang it. You're nice, Irma. Oh, dude. That wasn't a crazy time or anything, but... So I had, what was it? So I had this, and I originally cycle broke UFR, RFD, LDF, or FDL, because that's a really fast case, but then it gave for the second comm UFR, LUB, DFR, which is like a really horrible case. And my brain just like retained the visual of this case, and I was a little unsure about it, but I was like pretty sure, okay, if I break to here instead, it gives a good comm, slightly worse than the first one, but still really good. And I think it forces a better, like much better comm for the second one, and it did 8 mover instead of like a really horrible case. That felt cool. If only I studied this hard in college. What do you average? How fast do you average on 2-blind? I don't really know. Probably like 12 seconds or something. Dang it. Well, DNF'd anyway. That was wrong. In multiple ways. Are you super good at math? I mean, I think I'm definitely better than average at math. Just like naturally, but not super good. I would not say I'm super good. But I did a degree in physics and math. Just did a lot and feel fine. That's funny. Do you not practice 3-blind very often? Doing a lot more after Worlds. Nice. Monka-esque Romanium. Global is down 1.5 seconds or so in the past week. Wow, nice. What is your global now, you think? I fear that this weighted mean of 100 is going to be worse than yesterday's. When I'm not throwing 21, nice. Been incorporating basic comms into corners. Yeah, starting out with 3-style feels so cool. It's like so much more efficient. That's so frustrating, dude. Several awful 20s, yeah, I know what you mean. Non-cuber? What question are you asking? Scramble is so hard to figure out, like all the floats. Hold on to corners during edges, like think about it while tracing. Yeah. Dude, that was sick. 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 7 to 5 alg edges and 5 to 4 alg corners. So 12 to 9. Dude, that emote. That sequence of emotes is so funny. He really tried. even is that third emoji? Is that like an ice cube? Or like a block of water? Did I lock in again? Has it finally happened? It's the only cube-shaped emoji. It's the depiction of holding onto corners. That's funny. Ooh, I just did a hard cancel. 18 AO5, 18 AO5 is my best of 88 solves. That's so cringe. Wow, session best AO12 Pog. Image for RE, I can't find a good one. I use Real, and I think about Real Skateboard Company. So sometimes I'll think about like a team of pro skaters or something, or just like a real skateboard. Dang it, dude. I had an LD float, dude. It's so rare. It actually like threw me off. I had this LD BL RB. You could do like someone reeing, getting angry. That'd be a good one. How often do those show up in multi? How often does what? Oh, LD floats? Super rare. I mean, more often than in 3 blind, I think, because you can get parity. So annoying, oh my god. Oh yeah, like a reel, like a fishing reel. It's good. Is the intuition for multi-floating being more common just that like sometimes you float when you shouldn't? when you shouldn't have. Is that what you mean? No, it's just because you can get parity, so I think it's just more common because you can have like 2 swaps when that wouldn't be a thing in 3 blind edges. Dude, that was such bad memo and such good exec. That was 8 algs. I bet I did faster exec than memo. IDK what VF should be? Venus Flytrap. I mean, you wouldn't float that in 3 blind. Yeah, I mean, it would just be paired with a different cycle. It could be a float. It would just be paired with a different cycle. You wouldn't do like parity. Almost never. Unless you had UFUR pseudo swapped when it shouldn't be, then you can do a 2E 2E. Kernel's horrible. Five alg corners with a float. That was a good website, yeah. Session is so bad. Please just get 70%. That'll be the only thing I want. Wow. Nice. That was 10 to 9. Super nice cases. Should I learn a 3rd language for blind? Yeah, of course. It's the fastest way to get good. See a cool cuber. That was a very bad LTCT case, and I'm proud I did it well. Dude, 2 moves. Now I have to get this to get 70%. Okay. This is a very cringe session. Let's see what the weighted mean of 100 was. I'm gonna guess 1843. I have to DNF 20 of the slowest solves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wish there was a faster way to do this. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1859. Ew. Rip 69%. Yeah, I should have thrown. Cringe. Okay, I'm gonna get off. I am tired. Wow, I've been streaming for 3 hours and 42 minutes. Couldn't you just click on the 51st fastest time and delete all the slower ones? I don't know if you can just delete all the slower ones in a faster way, can you? Thanks for watching, Josiah. Oh, that's a pretty old, wow, that's a really old clip. A res, if you type exclamation point PBs with like plural, you'll see my whole list of PBs. I think you can do that. I'll report tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna raid somebody. Nobody cubing. Oh, wow, I'm tired. I'll read Carney Jared. Devil went down to Georgia. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to see Carney Jared FC Devil went down to Georgia. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Tashi, you can see